Well, hello everyone, and welcome to our second in our series of videos about Holy Week. And today I'm going to talk to you about Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday of Holy Week. And sometimes I think these 3 days, the 3 days following Palm Sunday, the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, get a little bit neglected really, because the focus quite rightly is on Palm Sunday and then also on Maundy Thursday, Good Friday and Holy Saturday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday sometimes get a little bit overlooked, which I think is a real shame actually, because if we properly observe these days, as I said yesterday, entering into the drama, then it helps us to prepare and also helps us to make sense of what then happens on Thursday, Friday and Saturday. Now, the Gospels tell us quite a bit, actually, about what happened on these days 2,000 years ago, and some of the events are recalled in the readings that are set for the days. So you might remember the story of when Jesus cleanses the temple. He goes into the temple in Jerusalem and he sees all the traders and the money changers, and he goes into a great rage and overturns all the tables and drives them all out of the temple, saying, this place is a house of prayer, you've made it into a den of robbers. And that causes an enormous amount of controversy and upset, as you might imagine. So there's that story. There's also a really rather curious story of Jesus cursing a fig tree. This happens on the Monday of Holy Week. And so Monday is known sometimes as Fig Monday because of this story. Jesus sees a fig tree, he's hungry, there's nothing on it, no fruit, just leaves. So he curses it and it withers up. And this is seen as a parable of what will happen to Israel. As they reject Jesus, the nation will wither up and die. And then there's quite a lot of stories about Jesus teaching in the temple. Lots of controversy. He's arguing back and forth with the Pharisees and the scribes and so on. You might remember the story where Jesus is asked about paying taxes to Caesar, and he says, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's, render unto God what is God. That comes from Holy Week. And Jesus tells lots of parables too as he teaches in this week about what will happen, about the kingdom, about different people's responses to what's about to unfold. There's also a very lovely scene that happens during Holy Week when Jesus goes to the home of his friends Mary, Martha and Lazarus in Bethany, just a couple of miles outside Jerusalem. We understand that that's where he was staying during this week. And one night there was a dinner there, and Mary took some costly perfume and anointed Jesus's feet and wiped his feet with her hair. And Judas Iscariot was indignant and said, why was not this perfume sold and money given to the poor? And Jesus said to Judas, leave her alone. She's preparing my body for burial. A very intimate and lovely scene in amongst all of the hurly-burly of the busyness of what happens in the daytime in the city. You have this lovely scene, but also a scene tinged with some sort of expectation of what Judas is about to do. And then we also see on the Wednesday of Holy Week, Judas going to the scribes and the chief priests to offer to betray Jesus for his 30 pieces of silver. And so the Wednesday of Holy Week is sometimes known as Spy Wednesday, because Judas goes as a spy to the chief priests and the scribes. Now, many churches have a service every day on the Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday of Holy Week, perhaps with a talk or sermon or address. I always see these days as almost like a spiritual retreat, if you will, as we get ourselves ready for the high drama of Thursday, Friday and Saturday. And if your church has services on these days, do take the opportunity to go along, especially if they have an address or a retreat. We always do that. We invite a guest preacher. This year we have Mark Griffiths from St. Padan's Institute as our preacher on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday. Do just let yourself get drawn in to the events of these days. Imagine yourself in Jerusalem with Jesus as all this is unfolding, and see how it speaks to you today, and see these days as that spiritual preparation for the great 3 days of Thursday, Friday and Saturday. And I will talk to you more about those in tomorrow's video. Thanks for listening, and bye for now.